It seems like a baby carriage to me.
Yes. Somebody agrees with me.
It just...
Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear. I'm JB, giving you the best tips and tricks to survive life in and out of the garage. The other day, I finally had the opportunity to meet up with a local subscriber. His name is Tom Verano, and a while back, he told me that he's got a pretty cool collection of older Toro super recyclers. And let me tell you that his knowledge of these older super recyclers goes far beyond what was discussed here in this video. Tip of the iceberg, if you know what I mean. Let's get into it.
All right, everybody, so here we are with the famous Tom Verano, and you're a Buffalonian here.
Yes, I am.
So you're not far away, you're about 10 minutes away.
10 minutes away, yes.
And you've been a fan of the channel for how long now?
October of 22.
What was the first video that led you to Garage Gear?
I was looking how to maintenance my Aaron's snowblower. I have a 12-year-old Aaron's that's like new, and I said there's got to be something I'm missing that I should be doing. So I looked at all the videos, and then I found Garage Gear, and that was it.
After, finding the channel, you saw the channel was in Buffalo, and you're like, I got to email this guy, right?
Yeah, I think I noticed the channel in Buffalo somewhere about reference to the Bills.
Oh, okay.
The Bills were playing.
Yep.
And then we really got together during the blizzard. We started talking, and all of a sudden, here we are in June.
And here we are. So now, the reason I have you here is because you're big on Toros.
Yes.
You've been using them for a long time. Tell us how you kind of got started using Toros.
Always had a little landscape grass cutting business, and I was a lawn boy guy. Okay. I had lawn boys forever, and they were good. But then I started seeing the Toro super recycler. I couldn't mulch with my lawn boy, and they were starting to get old, so I started looking around. So in '97, I bought my first Toro super recycler. In '98, I bought another Toro super recycler.
Okay.
Still have them today.
Wow.
Okay, and they run. So I cut about 40 lawns a week with those things from '97 to probably about 2006.
So you had your own commercial business.
Yes, and worked full time. So yes, after cutting grass, snow plowing, bed work, and working a full-time job.
Wow, so that's a lot of hours on each machine.
Yes.
So you did all the maintenance on them?
Yes.
So you've really taken care of these things?
Yes, because I couldn't wait for one of the lawnmower shops to have my machines down 2 weeks.
Yeah.
When they had mechanics. Now it's a month and a half. So when the shops had the mechanics, it was a 2-week wait. I couldn't let your lawn get 2 weeks long.
And that was kind of the blessing of having two mowers at the same time. So if one went down, you could fix the other one.
Correct.
But kind of the glory of these old Toro super recyclers is they don't really break down, right?
Right. They just run. You take care of them and they run. Simple maintenance and they run.
Right. Now, I had a landscaping business back in the day. I did about 10 lawns a week. Not as much as you, but using the Toro super recycler, I only had to take it in for maintenance one time, and it was about 6 weeks of a wait time. To get that thing fixed. So I had another mower that I was using, but I wanted to cut with the super recycler because it left such a good cut.
Well, one of the other things with the super recycler was I could bag, I could mulch, and there's a side discharge adaptation. So if you didn't want to bag or mulch, it was too long or too wet, and it has to be really wet for it not to work.
Right.
You can just side discharge it.
So now, that's one of the things you don't really see too much on these recyclers is that side discharge. So is that kind of a rare item?
It was an option, and it was expensive. I think in '97 it was probably $30 for a piece of plastic. So it went in the tunnel, and it was just a piece of plastic that shot out behind the left rear wheel. And that was it. One more option for me, bag, mulch, or side discharge.
And I don't even see those things on like eBay or anything.
You can't find them. I tried finding them. I have two. Fortunately, I was actually looking for one for JB. They're not even made. You'd have to try to get them from somebody. Just like grass bags are hard to find now.
So I got to imagine they probably go for a pretty penny on eBay too.
If they're out there, yeah. The grass bag right now for that mower is about $150 on eBay. And the discharge chute is not even available. You'd have to find someone at a yard sale or an old shop that still has them, but it was just a piece of plastic.
Well, if you got one of those side discharge chutes out there, ladies and gentlemen, let us know down below in the comments because we'd love to hear about it. They are rare. I mean, you're finding like the needle in a haystack.
I'll actually bring you in one, JB, so you can show them what it looks like.
There we go.
Snap it on your commercial mower.
We'll test drive it. All right, so now let's talk about these mowers. All right, so what we got here is all three of my Toros lined up. We got my '99 Super Recycler. We got the brand new 2023 Super Recycler in the middle. And then we got the 2004 commercial grade recycler on the end. So now talk to us a little bit about this, Tom. What do we got going on here?
So this is a 99. So 97, the difference was the engine was a 5.5 horse instead of a 6 horse.
Okay.
It was still called GTS 5, but it was a 5.5 horse not a 6-horse. Then Toro got in trouble because it wasn't true horsepower. So there was a class action lawsuit,
Yes.
and you got some money back. You had to give them your model and serial number.
Okay.
And the odd thing is I have 2 mowers with the same serial number.
Between the 97 and the 98.
2 models with the same serial
With
number.
the same serial number.
That's pretty crazy. So they denied the one claim. The difference was the deck was the exact same thing. They changed the engine, and the handle was more ergonomic. It came up in the middle, down, and it had foam on it.
Okay.
And this bar back here also matched into the handle. Similar to this, flipped around, but this is a baby carriage, so
that's junk.
And the other thing with this, like JB said, is you have to find, to start it, you got to be in the neutral position, but you'll actually find that home spot. This is idle. You want to go, you squeeze it, you let it go, turn.
Yep.
The bad part about this mower is your drives, it's a rear drive, and I have one with a bad rear drive right now. It wears the rear tires out, because if you don't do this right or get good or going a little too fast, it spins the rear tires on you.
Gotcha. So you got to get the habit of
you got to get
sure
the,
you're
the
hitting it
feel
just right.
on it. Yeah, so that's the only thing issue with it. My 97 start, this one has a primer. You hit the choke, pull it once, and it starts right up in the 97s. My one like this, I hit the button on it, prime it a couple times, starts right up.
Okay.
The other difference is this handle's been moved over. This handle from the factory would be over
I
here.
actually moved it because down here, the hole is starting to rip on it.
Yeah.
So put it there. Obviously, you could buy a new casing for it inside the engine,
But
fix it up, no problem. But
it's still going to work. The hassle trying to find that thing,
yeah,
juice isn't worth the squeeze on that one.
sure.
So, but other than that, and outside the change in the engines, the deck is the same. The deck is very similar on your commercial mower.
Right.
But this thing is tried and true. You sharpen the blade, has grease zerk fittings in the back on the drives. Show me that on a mower.
Yep.
You can still get some parts for it. You can get wheels, you can get adjusters, you can get the parts of the rear drive. So it's just a good mower. And that's why they're still around, and they're gold when you find them.
Gotcha. All right, so tell us a thing or two about these mowers that we may or may not already know.
Well, one of the things is the difference too is the gas cap on these. The gas tank has changed.
Okay.
The 97, the tank was on the back. It had a very large fuel tank with a very large opening on it. This is smaller. You didn't have the primer, like we said, and the oil came off of the side similar to that.
Okay.
And it has a dipstick just like this. And one of the funny things is when you do these, you don't check your oil by taking this and squeezing it down. You just check your oil by just resting it in, and you check your oil. But so the oil was on the side. On this side, the fuel tank was in here, so these are moved around. But I have this mower, and it runs really well too. I like them both.
Gotcha. Great.
The other thing about this lawnmower too, that's nice about it is my drive belts don't seem to go. I check them every year, and they seem to hold up. You got 3 speeds on the mowing.
I think. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but I think the belt on this guy. I'm pretty sure the belt on this guy has only been replaced one time on this mower.
I've never changed the belt on my mower like this.
I think before I gave it to my brother-in-law, I replaced the belt.
I never changed the belt. And you mow normally in 2.
Yep.
3 is more of transport. You get a better cut in 2 than you do in 3.
Yep.
But if you got a power mow or you're not mowing a lot, you can fly right around, rip it and turn right along the line.
Rip it and rip it. That's it.
And it's good. You keep this blade sharp, it runs good. They're a good mower. So this would actually need to live right here and be tightened in. Mine actually still has, I have one of the factory zip ties. This would live here.
Okay.
This would live up tight here. These cables may have been replaced, but this would live nice and tight to here.
Okay.
And one goes on the top and one passes through this
shield on the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's pretty much, those are the only changes that you would really need to do to make it like it was brand new.
Gotcha.
Like I say, this is an amazing shape for its year.
Yeah.
It'll give somebody a lot of service. They just don't wear out.
Right. These things just hold up. You replace the wheels on. How often do you replace the wheels on your machine?
I probably got 8 years on my second set of wheels. So the
Okay.
first wheels were 97 to whatever, 2000,
Okay.
2000.
So you got some life out of those?
Yeah, you get some life out. Like these could be replaced, but it doesn't really hurt you.
Yeah. You can still go a little bit further.
It's not like it's going to adjust your ride height, your cutting height that much, because there's not a lot of big tread.
Yeah, you're not talking a whole deep tread here.
Right, so it's not like it's going to change it very much.
Got it.
And the sweep on the back with this being curved, they'll rip just a little bit, but they hold up. and it does
That's
leave
the original.
it does leave nice stripes.
Yeah, it does.
Got to have stripes on your lawn.
Without a doubt, like this mower stripes beautifully. It stripes better than the new 2023, hands down.
Well,
this one wins.
The rubber sweep on the back makes it better, and it doesn't get hung up on things.
That one gets hung up all the time.
That one gets hung up. This one will not.
That one, I'm probably going to have to do a video on it or something of shaving it down, maybe cutting it in half or something like that. I don't know, because it constantly is getting swept up underneath the mower.
I think you can still buy these.
Can you? Well, then maybe we'll
maybe we'll have to switch them out.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, if you look at this, adjusters are original, everything's original, and it's howled. So again, are you going to get that mower to last as long as this one? That's a commercial machine. It's this one a bit on steroids, but is that going to last as long as this? I mean, look already. Look at your cable's got
it's got slack in it. Yeah.
You know, and it is what it is. They're mass produced. The quality isn't there. There's plastic on that machine.
Right.
There's very little plastic on this engine, so they hold up.
Even the quality of the plastic seems to be more durable on this than compared to the new guy, where it's just chintzy. You can feel the difference.
Yes.
So,
and it's a heavy machine. Don't get me wrong. It's a heavy machine. You need to use it in drive.
Yep.
But they were $500 and something, $600 new. You're paying that for that right now, and they're not even comparable. So think about spending $500 in 99 or 98 or 97 without accessories.
Right.
You were one step below a commercial machine with this.
That's incredible. This was such a high-end homeowner model compared to what you're getting nowadays. This is what you should be looking at. If you can find one of these on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and it's going for a good price, nab it. Because it'll last you. It'll last you far longer than the new stuff. Tell me a little bit about this guy, Tom.
This is an 04 commercial mower. It's a step up above the one over there. Now this one right here is set up. It has the funnel on the back for the bagger.
Yep.
So right there, that guy over there has the mulching plate on it.
Right.
This has a funnel on it. So right now you could run this lawnmower just like it is in mulch, but if you put your mulching plug in, you lift up the handle, you slide your mulching plug in. Now you're a full 100% mulching machine. You don't want to mulch, you want to use the bag. You just lift this up, pull this right out, take your bag.
There you go.
Now you're bagging.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. So you went from mulching to bagging just with a flip of the wrist. If you were going to side discharge, if I'll bring one, it would just come out right here. It actually hooks on the handlebar and comes right out here. And then you would be shooting all your grass this way. Tank's bigger. Motor's a little beefier, just the way the motor's built. The metal wheels versus the plastic wheels, ball bearings in the wheels, treads are the same.
You also get the metal height adjusters here.
Yes, where you have, well, they're metal, but these are a heavier duty one. And your gear selector on this model, ground speed is over here. Ground speed on this machine, now remember this is a commercial machine, so you would be adjusting it down here. And basically, when you're cutting grass, you're setting it at one speed. You're not fiddling with it. You don't fiddle with that either.
Right. And that's pretty much for the whole yard, unless you really have to change the speed. But
you're going to cut at one speed, and it's going to be better. You try to change speeds. You just make it one speed. You'll get a much nicer cut.
Now, while we're on the topic of speeds here, we'll talk about the personal pace here in a second. But I feel like you're like me. Like you like the one speed. It's consistent.
Yes.
Even if you go up and down hills and whatnot, it maintains that speed,
this does.
Therefore giving you a better quality of cut.
Correct.
Whereas something like this, it's very hokey-pokey, it's jerky. You might be going one speed 1 minute, another minute you're going maybe a little faster. And I get it, you know, this is just easy for them to build and assemble and you know, get the customer going. But this, I think, is really where it's at.
It's better for you. It's tried and true. You know, this has all the safeties. And it is what it is.
This is more of like a leisurely mow. This is more of a direct mow.
Right.
Like you hit that thing, boom, you're going.
You're going. And these mowers start right up. I know this one started up for you. This one, you tell me, they pulsate every once in a while.
Yeah, this one, it has not yet done it where it kind of like, supposedly in other YouTube videos, it kind of revs up and down a bit. Hasn't done that yet for me. And I'm listening hard. Like whenever I'm mowing, I'm waiting for it to do that. But hasn't done that yet because I want to get all over Toro's case if it starts doing that. But right now it's been running fine. It's got a lot of power. You know, that 190cc engine on there, I can tell you, it cuts through tall grass, no problem. In my experience, this one bogged down just a little bit when it hit tall grass.
Yes.
But this one just sliced and diced and didn't even take it down in RPM. So I will give it, you know, props where it deserves it. But this one, I think, will give you the better cut, no doubt about it.
This machine here is just, this is made to be beat on every day.
Yep.
Like commercial guys.
Yep.
This, I cut commercially with that. Honest, I couldn't afford this machine. I afforded that machine. It's at $600
Yeah.
by the time you do the bag
Yep.
and all the other things. This bag is, if you can find them now, they're $150, and I want to think, if I remember correctly, it was like $50 for the grass bag at the time. So, and it's a piece of plastic. And now right here, this bag is from '99.
And look at that.
That's a 1999 mower bag.
Look at that.
So,
And it's held up, and it's in great shape.
yeah.
That bag doesn't have any holes in it or anything. You take care of your stuff.
You have to. It's too expensive to get rid of.
It is. And you know, the way things cost nowadays, like, you really have to maintain your equipment, and that's why I'm such a big proponent on all that, from mowers to snow blowers, leaf blowers, you name it on this channel. You gotta take care of your stuff. You know, this is why I think you and I get along so well, because we take care of our equipment, and stuff like that just lasts you.
You have to.
So,
A
yeah.
clean tool or a clean piece of equipment is a happy piece of equipment.
Exactly.
It's gonna, you take care of it, it's like anything. You buy something good, it's gonna last for you if you maintain it. And if you can't maintain it yourself, you have somebody maintain it for you. You get out ahead of it. If you can't do it yourself, you get out ahead of it with a snowblower, you get ahead.
Right.
A lawnmower, you get ahead.
Well, let's go down the line, and just by feel alone, move it around, wiggle it around, you tell me exactly what's going through your mind right now as you're pushing each one.
This machine, I feel like could mow with my eyes closed. It's very simple. It's very easy to work. I'm very comfortable with it. It's not that heavy to move it around. It's heavier than some, but not heavy.
Okay.
It's a nice machine. It's just got a lot of plastic on it. I know everything's plastic. It just, I don't know, it's nice. I still like this better. But then I go to this thing, and it's just a moose. I mean, it weighs a ton, but
It's so heavy.
but good God, it just seems like it's just worth it, but it's just so heavy.
I'll tell you what, that is the best tracking mower that I have. Because what I mean by tracking is you set the course with it,
Yeah.
and it just goes straight. It doesn't wobble off its course at all.
I think it's the weight.
It's the weight. And this thing, you hit one little bump, and you're like a little kayak in a huge
You would
wave.
think it wouldn't be with the aggressive treads on it and the larger back wheels, and you would think it would be different.
Right, but that thing, that is the Titanic right there.
It is.
And heavy.
It just weighs. I mean, you got something here. Holy
Right.
smokes.
Yeah.
That's a lawnmower.
When I first pushed that thing, I was like, whoa.
It's heavy.
It's so heavy.
And in this, like I say, this is a heavy machine to lift in and out of your pickup or
Yep.
whatever. But I don't think I'd want to be lifting that one.
Yeah, that's
that
one
would
of
have
those-
to go on a set of ramps or something.
And that's one of those, you have to turn it on, drive it up your ramps, put it in your truck, turn it
Yeah.
off in your truck.
Yeah.
Because it's so heavy.
This
Or on a
one-
trailer.
Like I said, this one you can pick up. I've done it, but I don't know. That'd be a trip to the chiropractor.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
So
Maybe.
it's all good. But
Your
this
honest
guy-
opinions. Give us your honest opinions on the personal pace. Tell me what you think about it. You guys have heard me talk about this in so many videos. What do you say about the personal pace right there as you're holding it?
Well, I was ready to upgrade. I went to the store and I looked at it, and I don't know. Going from that to this, I couldn't go to it. I couldn't spend the money on it. I would rather just keep what I have.
Sure.
It's very nice. It's electric start. It's personal pace. It's state of the art, but it's just a lot of plastic.
Mm-hmm.
It is a nice mower, but it's just not what
I
what
feel
I'm
like
used to.
if they didn't cut corners in certain spots, I would be happier paying the extra $100, $200 for this if they kept some of the same things from this mower and carried them on into that.
Yeah.
You
This seems awkward up here. It seems like a baby carriage to me.
Yes.
It does.
Somebody agrees with me.
It just seems. I mean, it is nice, but I mean, I'm looking at this. You got slop in your cable, so when you pull it and you go to lay back, that's going to be an issue down the road.
Yep.
That's got a plastic cover. That's all plastic.
Mm-hmm.
This has got a plastic carburetor on it. That's got a metal carburetor. I don't know how good the plastic carburetor is going to last.
And you know what? I took the cover off this to put an hour meter on.
Uh-huh.
Underneath this one, you take this plastic shroud off, everything's metal underneath.
Yes.
You take that one off, it's all plastic underneath. So, I mean, this is the direction that we're going here, you know, and I'm not a personal fan of it, but, you know, does the engine run? Yeah. Is it built okay? Yeah, it cuts pretty powerfully through tall grass, but I'd much rather go back to this.
It's got a lot of nice features to it, but again, these two seem to be the better machine. Will this give you a good service? Absolutely, it's personal preference. I wouldn't shoot it down. It's better than most. It's a good mower. It's one of your top end mowers. It's just personal preference. I mean, it has all the nice bells and whistles on it, electric start. Will it give you the longevity of 2004 or 99? Will it give you that? I don't know.
So here is the 99 on startup. Here we go. Couple quick primes. Lever up. So here is the 2004 commercial model. Let's give it a rip. And now the 2023, give it a rip. All right, and just for giggles, let's hit the electric start. Tom, let's work a deal here. This mower has gone through a lot with me. You know, this is kind of like a family heirloom, let's call it that.
All right.
My uncle had it ages ago. He bought it brand new for $500-600, and he used it for several years. Then he moved, and then he gave it to my dad. My dad used it. Then we used it for our landscaping business, my brother and I. Then it went to my brother when he moved into his first house, and then it came back to my dad when he moved out of that house and moved into another house. And then it came to me, and then it went to my brother-in-law for the last several years. So now this thing has just been around, and it has ran every single year, which is incredible. So I want this to go to a good home. I know you're gonna, use it and put some good time into it, fixing it up, sprucing it up your way. I feel happy giving this to you. So this mower is yours.
Well, I brought you the bag so you can see the bag. I'll give you the lawnmower bag. I think that's a fair trade. Lawnmower
You got a
bag
deal,
for the
my
mower.
friend.
You won't be able to find that. I'll hardly be able to find one of these. I think it's a fair trade.
Yeah, because you have two of these, but then you said you also have another one that is
I have,
like your parts mower.
right. I have the parts mower, and I have two of these. One has a bad drive, so this will be my other backup. So it'll work out good. You need a backup mower.
There you go. I'm happy that this is going to somebody cool, somebody who's going to use it and enjoy it, rather than just selling it on Craigslist and some guy beating it to death and then it goes into the trash. You know, this is going to stick around for many more years to come.
I think it's a fair trade. I'm glad I had the extra bag for
Yeah.
you. Now you've got the complete kit. If I can find you a discharge, I'll get you that too.
I appreciate that. Those bags are hard to find, and for that mower, to have one without any holes in it or anything, I'm happy with that. That's a win for me, so thank you again, my friend.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Big shout out to Tom for stopping by and sharing some Toro knowledge here with the Garage Gear community. Thank you very much, Tom. We'll catch you back here soon. For more cool Garage Gear content, click or tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.